Happy Friday! Today's June 13th, 2025. It's 12:30 in the afternoon. I had a little bit of a opposite day going on today. Usually I try to get down here in the morning to check on my bees, but I had some errands to run this morning, so I'm here this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees. A little breeze is coming through the air. Coming up to check on my girlies. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at how beautiful this field is, full of wildflowers, buttercup, daisies coming up. I see a bunch of clover and alfalfa coming up as well. So I'm sure my bees are just loving it. So what are we gonna do today? Two beehive inspections, check on the two supers on top. I'm also going to be doing this little trick that I learned from my beekeeping class that involves using powdered sugar. So I will do that when I get up there. I learned this from this older woman that was teaching us. She was teaching us about like mites and other pests that can harm your hives. And she was this wonderful old woman, and she told us that sometimes she puts powdered sugar in her hives as a more holistic mite treatment, because you're sprinkling the powdered sugar on the bees, and so that promotes them to clean each other, to obviously eat the powdered sugar, but they're cleaning each other, and while they're cleaning each other off, cleaning the powdered sugar off of each other and eating it, they're pulling the mites off. So last time I was here, I did do a mite inspection, no mites, but I have done this ever since I've gotten bees. The last 2 years I've done this, and I really like it because I think that it's a more natural way to help deter mites. And I think that the bees just look super cute when they get like dusty and white and they start flying around and then they start cleaning each other off. It's really, really cute. So we're going to do that today. And my biggest thing is just seeing how much honey that they've put in the supers on top. So we'll get our smoker going, we'll get suited up, and we'll get up there. Okay, so we're gonna get started this morning looking at the red hive. Back of my hive, front of my hive. Gonna give our girls a little bit of a smoke here. Say good afternoon. We're coming to see how you've been. I haven't been here in 2 weeks, so hoping to see a little bit of progress in the supers. I'm getting a little bit more confident with these bees. I don't have my gloves on today, but I will put them on once I open up the hive. But I did smoke my hands, and I've had a few other beekeepers tell me that all they do, they don't use gloves, all they do is just smoke their hands and they're good. I'm not that risky. I don't mind wearing the gloves. I just don't want to get stung. And sometimes it's not even really just a sting. Sometimes I call it like a little bite, like they'll give you a little bite, and it's still just like no fun. So why not? Well, look at how beauteous this looks. So this is my super up here. And I'm gonna take my glove off here so I can show you guys. So look at all of these bees up in the super. So you can see they're mostly centralized over here. So we can do what I've done in the past is like shuffle some around so they all kind of get a little bit more attention than others. But I mean, they're up here And they're doing their job, which is what we want them to do. So we'll start pulling out a few of these frames to see how much honey we have, if we have any capped honey. I don't anticipate much capped honey, but if we do, we'll look. So I'm just gonna give them a gentle, gentle smoke. These bees are honestly, like, I'm just so blown away. I couldn't be happier with these bees. I mean, they're just so docile. They're just so chill. I did bring up some extra newspaper with me to shove a few sheets in there if I feel like I need to add some. There we go. There we go. Hello, girlies. So the smoke doesn't hurt the bees at all. It's like a natural instinct that it's like indicating to them that, hey, there's a fire outside, i.e. the smoke. Let's go back, eat as much honey as we can that we may need to get up and get out of here. So obviously they don't have to get up and get out, but it doesn't harm them at all. Ooh. So on the farthest out frame I definitely have a lot of honey up in here. Nothing is capped yet, and it's still quite light. But on the other side, I don't really have much comb drawn out either, so I might turn this around. Honestly, my kind of idea right now is I should just let them do their thing, and when they get closer to getting everything capped up, I can move some around so they're all evenly distributed and capped. Okay, so over here, lots of honey is coming in. Over here, we're a little empty on this side, but I do see centrally, you can see the bees in that central location, and that's where I see most of the honey. Nothing is capped yet, and you'll see the difference between it being capped is it's literally like a thin little film that they put over the top. Which, if you can see this, so there's honey all in this frame, and this little area right here is capped. So they put a thin film of wax over it to keep it. And there's some pollen on the other side of this frame a little bit. I can see some dark cells that have some dark orangish red pollen in there for their protein. Same thing over here. Oh, I've got some nice capped honey in this area right here. You can see it looks a little bit different than the open cells over here. And they're just in here eating away at their honey because they're just got a little bit of smoke. Ooh, this frame is getting a little bit more heft on it weight wise, so I know that you can feel like the difference in the weight when you're dealing with frames of honey, because when you have a frame that's completely full of capped honey, it's heavy, even these smaller, shorter frames. This one, geez, they're like doing so well. I couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. And if I come back in like 2 weeks, I feel like I'll definitely get some more capped honey. These ones on the end are a little bit lesser, so we'll push these back. And I'm just gonna leave everything in the same spot as it was. Like I said, I might do some reorganization when it gets closer to them having everything capped off to make sure everything's evenly done before I harvest anything. You can see all of these beautiful, beautiful bees. Let me move my little... Okay, we got cut off there for a second. So you can see this beautiful frame. This is the first frame that I pulled out of the hive. Beautiful capped honey around the rim here. And I can see all of this brood here. I can see some capped brood. And I also see some honey. I'm trying to see if I can see anyone emerging from one of the cells. And here is a drone. Let me show you a drone. So that biggin right there, they have really, they're just so much larger than the other worker bees. And they have huge eyes on top of their head. And again, this is to find another queen to inseminate so she can go back to her hive and lay eggs. So they don't breed with this queen. They breed with another queen that will go off on her virgin flight after she emerges, a few days after she emerges from her hive. She will go on her virgin flight and find some drones to have some consensual fornication with. And then she'll come back, and that's enough semen to last her whole life, hopefully. This one is beautiful. I've got a few little swarm cells down here. None of them are capped, but I don't like them because I can't be here all the time to check on the bees, and I don't think that I would be able to get here in time if, like, notice if one of them was capped. I mean, I would eventually, but I just nip them off preemptively. And I mean, these frames, let me just show you this, how packed they are with bees. Give a little smoke. Let me just show how beautiful. Look at how packed each one of these frames is with bees. And this is my second hive, this is my second brood box on top. So they are doing exceptionally well. So happy. Just look at them down there. They're all crammed together, doing their thing. It's just so amazing. All right, I'm gonna look through the rest of these frames quickly. If I see my queenie, we will stop and take a look at her. The fun part, we're going to be putting some powdered sugar on here, some powdered sugar on the brood box, putting them all in, and then closing up shop for the red hive today. Okay, here we go. I have a little sifter to help kind of dissipate some of it. So again, and then I'll take my brush and brush all the powdered sugar down into the frames gently. Now, look at those little white bees. They're covered in powdered sugar, and now they're going to clean each other off to get all the powdered sugar off. Look at all those little bees. They're a little upset right now because I just drenched them with powdered sugar, but they'll clean each other off, and hopefully if there's any mites on them, deter the mites. All right, one hive inspection done. We'll open up the other one. Look at blue hive. They'll make their way back in. But you can see some of these little white ones covered in the powdered sugar. You can see that one. It's cleaning itself off. And that's the whole point, is to have them clean each other to help get any, if they have any mites on them. But they'll make their way back inside eventually. I will be back on Thursday to check on you.